Pickle.
Yes.
Hit the air. It's Iron Time for Monday Morning Fallout. Monday Morning Fallout. Of course, when we overreact to the football weekend, per usual, a lot to overreact to. A lot to talk about. These are my 3 big thoughts. Thought number 1, every game matters.
Fact.
This is not as obvious as it seems. For example, there are games where on Friday night Texas high school football that I can tell you were big, sizable victories, right? I don't need to tell you why A&M Consolidated on Saturday just lambasting Lamar Consolidated is a big win. I don't need to tell you that, right? I also don't need to explain to you why Salina's win over Paris is so big. I don't need to tell you why San Antonio Brandeis's win over San Antonio O'Connor is important, right? Those things are kind of self-evident. But there is also another segment of games, particularly in 6A, that I think it's easy to say, oh, well, it doesn't really mean anything. I'm talking about Lake Travis and Westlake. Lake Travis scores a 26-25 thrilling victory over Westlake. You were there.
Yeah.
And
it was a lot of fun.
That was an awesome game.
That was a lot of fun.
You would think so, yes.
The first half was very much in Westlake's favor. I think I wrote that on my Friday night piece, was if you held Westlake, or if you held Lake Travis to 10 points, I believe they had at the half, you'd think, oh, cool, Lake Travis, or this game's in Westlake's hands. But the problem was Lake Travis's defense was also up for that type of game. Their defense was really awesome in the first half. And then the second half, the offenses both got going for both teams, and then it was just fireworks, and it was a lot of fun. Lake Travis, I believe, Grayson Sandlin had the game-winning touchdowns for Lake Travis, and it was just back and forth. It really encapsulated what that rivalry is all about.
And it's obviously a great win for Lake Travis, but it's easy to think, well, who cares?
Right.
Because
Westlake's going Division II, Lake Travis is going Division I.
Fundamentally, no playoff implications, right? Barring Westlake would have to lose another game for this game to matter, right?
I will say, I'll argue that it matters more for Lake Travis because there's a legitimate shot. I was worried about Lake Travis this season. So you lost to Euless Trinity. You looked really, really shaky.
Arlington
Martin. Sorry. Arlington Martin. And, they haven't looked quite right yet. The offensive line has looked really shaky at times. And I believe even against Mansfield Timberview, they didn't look that great. They won convincingly eventually. But against Westlake, it was like, okay. Like they crushed you guys last year. They're on a 2-game winning. They were on a 2-game winning streak.
You hit the nail on the head. Yeah. Which is, it's easy to look at just the playoff implications and say, oh, well, it's just a win. It's fine. It doesn't really matter anything. But to me, this vaults Lake Travis back into that state championship conversation. That puts them right back in the mix. That gives them that kind of edge where you think, okay, Lake Travis is a team you're going to have to deal with. Yeah. We needed to see that. We saw it on Friday night. That's why I think even in those games where there's not necessarily the playoff implications, every game matters. Thought number 2, started at 11. First and foremost, there were games that started at 11 p.m. or a.m.
games.
rather, as Oklahoma beats Texas. But more importantly, I think we found out this weekend that there are not any top 10 teams in the state of Texas this year. There just aren't. That is with all due respect to SMU. I don't think they're one of the 10 best teams in the country. As with all due respect to Baylor, who's undefeated, I don't think they're one of the 10 best teams in the country. I think you had a chance. 2 particular teams, A&M and Texas, could have proved that, hey, A&M, it would have been, you would have had to squint a little bit. They would have had 2 losses, but you could say, hey, man, they just beat the number 1 team in the nation. They deserve to be a top 10 team. I think what we found out on Saturday is that there are no top 10 teams in the state of Texas. And it's been a while. Probably, trying to think of the last time that you were talking about top 10 teams was probably when there was the Baylor TCU teams. Maybe, that's not true. Houston. Houston in 2015, right? The Orange Bowl team, or the Sugar Bowl team.
Sugar Bowl, I think.
Peach Bowl, sorry, against Florida State.
Yes.
Against Jimbo Fisher. That is, to me, what we found out is that there is this group of top 10 teams, and the teams in Texas just aren't a part of them. Plain and simple. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but that's the only thing I came away with thinking on Saturday was, yeah, okay, it's just, we're just not part of that mix. State of Texas is not part of that mix this year. My third big thought, 7 and woe. We are now 7 games into the Texas high school football season. 7 weeks into the Texas high school football season. And there are, I tweeted this, there are 96 undefeated UIL teams. 96. Some of them, not a surprise. Allen's undefeated. Shocker.
Surprise.
Whoa, who would have thought?
Refugio, Canadian, undefeated.
Yep.
They've played some tough games.
Right.
Don't take anything away from that, but not necessarily a surprise.
We've been here before.
We thought these teams were going to be pretty good.
Yeah.
Right? Here are the teams we didn't see. Brownwood.
Mm-hmm.
Katy Pato is undefeated. Big game this week against A&M Consolidated. A&M Consolidated goes back-to-back against undefeated teams.
Yeah.
Post. Although Stepp had some thoughts on Post in the offseason. He thought they were a sleeper. Honeygrove is undefeated. They're 7-0. Beeville Jones is 7-0. Dieball is 6-0. Pottsboro's 7-0. Bandera 6-0. Win over
Shout out
Cuero.
Brady Keene.
Yeah.
Win over Cuero.
Yeah.
Frisco High 7-0. Gladewater Sabine 6-0. Sunnyvale. No, they're probably around that cusp. We thought maybe. Remember, they were undefeated in the regular season last year, but still impressive. Rockdale. Nice bounce back year for them. Holland, Abilene Cooper, Alto, Mount Enterprise, Round Rock Stony Point's undefeated. Anyway, what I'm saying is we are now at the point now where we're entering week 8. If you're undefeated at this point, that is impressive. That is something we're sitting up and paying attention to. Those are my 3 big things.
I liked your response back to that tweet of everyone berating you for leaving out teams when there's only a 280 character limit.
Guys, I'm super impressed that Alice and Palmer are undefeated, guys, but 280 characters. Okay. 3 helmet stickers. A helmet sticker to Weslaco quarterback Jacob Cavazos. 197 yards, 4 touchdowns rushing, and 183 yards passing for Weslaco quarterback Jacob Cavazos. A helmet sticker for Haltom defensive back Johnny Smith-Ryder. 14 tackles, a forced fumble, a fumble return, which ended up setting up, I think, a game-winning field goal, and their big win over Trinity, plus a sack and a tackle for loss. And finally, a helmet sticker to our friends at Texas A&M Sports Information. If you saw, I tweeted this. Our friend Travis Brown at the Bryan Eagle was very nice to get a photo. Dave Campbell was at the Alabama versus A&M game, our founder and editor-in-chief. He was there. And they honored him with a 12th man jersey, a Campbell 12 jersey, which was super duper duper cool. And I know that means a lot to Dave, so a shout out and a helmet sticker to the Texas A&M Sports Information Department. 3 teams to watch: San Antonio Brandeis.
Mm-hmm.
They are. It would be stunning, shocking, stocking if they were to lose a game in the regular season. Now they've gotten past O'Connor, they've gotten past Brennan.
Mm-hmm.
They're through the toughest part of 26A.
I was about to say, O'Connor was the big bad wolf in that district.
That was the one.
They're good.
They're past it.
They should be good.
David Branscombe done a terrific job. Jordan Battles, their quarterback's great, and their defense has been really good. Lamar!
Yeah!
Take it down, Sam Houston State! That was a stunner!
Shutting me up.
That was one. Boy, howdy. That one caught me by surprise. That, like, I get... So whenever you look... I don't know if... You have an iPhone, right?
Yes.
Okay. It's sitting right there.
Open your eyes.
If you have the Google app,
Mm-hmm.
whenever you like Google teams, and I'm always Googling scores. I'm like, Sam Houston State win is Nickel State beating, whoever.
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah. Whenever you do that, it stores who you've looked up, and it just sends you push alerts for scores. Mm-hmm. So, like, I just got a push alert. It goes, Lamar 23, Sam Houston State. What?
Yeah.
Crazy.
How about that?
Big win for Lamar. And finally, Hugh Springs. You want to talk about a team that's past the toughest part of their schedule.
Mm-hmm.
Hugh Springs, they lost to Mount Vernon, but in back-to-back weeks, they've beaten Jefferson and Atlanta. That is impressive. Hugh Springs may, in fact, be the best team in that district. And then 3 to see. We're at the point, I'm not going to do 3 teams to worry about anymore because...
that took me by surprise.
Yeah,
I had to switch up the graphics today.
Well.
But I did, and here we go. Watch, ready? Look.
Good job. 3 to see.
3 to see.
Because I want to start spinning forward because at this point, if I'm worried about you, it may just end for you.
Right, I was about to say,
you're just
no
kind
use
of done.
worrying about
You're under 500 probably.
Yeah, I can't change it. Like, I'm worried about Cuero, okay? But, like, I can't change what they're going to do anymore.
Yeah.
3 to see. Cedar Park and Hutto. Huge game. Huge game. We're going to find
The
out a ton
Hippos.
about this Hutto defense. I want to see if this Hutto defense... Cedar Park has hit its stride offensively. Ryder Hernandez is cooking. I want to see what this Hutto defense has going forward. Bremont and Granger, big game in Central Texas. Two teams that were at one point ranked. They can get right back in the saddle with a big win in the 2A ranks down there in Central Texas. And finally, maybe the biggest game of the weekend, Decatur and Springtown.
Mm-hmm.
This game is going to be dope. Two fantastic offenses. Going to be a lot of fun. Decatur and Springtown. Two great coaches, too. Mike Fuller and Brian Hewlett going out. It's going to be a lot of fun. Those are 3 to see. That is Monday Morning Fallout.